Hello Pisces, I am Ulrich, I'm a number one card reader, but today we will use another deck. We will use a financial deck for your financial philosophical card reading. As always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Pisces for the month of March. And these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. The subject of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are immediately connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, the matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. Also, I want to add, if you have questions, you can always post them in the comments below, and of course, as soon as I have time, I will answer them. So Pisces, here we go for your philosophical financial card reading for the month of March. Hello Pisces, and welcome to the shell or the water group for your financial philosophical card reading for the month of March. As the first card here, we see the card of time. What does this card tell us? Well, it tells us that coming to financial matters in general, time is not our friend, especially if these finances are not balanced out. Sometimes this points that we have certain debts or maybe certain things that we need to pay back here. And if this is the case, time is not our friends. In general, it makes the situation worse because we need to pay interests, and these interests could run higher and will increase as we don't pay back the capital. Anyway, here it tells us also if we ignore the problem or we put our head in the sand, it will not improve our situation. So this card asks us to take charge of this situation. Don't wait till the holidays, this card tells us, or to the return of the holidays to take action, because the situation will not improve and the problem will get bigger. Here this card tells us also there is no such thing as a perfect time for taking the bull by the horns here. It's time to act today here. We need to make ourselves more secure, financially stable here. Sometimes it points also that we see the other 2 cards here, that we are very generous towards other people and that we are influenced here by media, by publicity around us. And this could be part of the problem here. And it's possible that we need to radically change certain habits that have led to this current situation. Sometimes also it's wise that we write everything down, what we spend, or we try to make an analyze. So try to collect your invoices, put everything in a piece of paper, make certain columns here and see where your money is going. Here we are asked to take the reins of our budget here and rush towards more sustainability here and make more savings here. The next card that we are seeing here, we see the pig here for savings here, but it means also that we are kind of hard-hearted towards our loved ones, probably towards your partner, to your children, towards your friends, our family here. Probably you want to show them your affection and you do this by probably spoiling them here, a present here, some amount of money there, a dinner to restaurant there. All this is for expressing your feelings of love towards them here, and you give them certain gifts. Year by year also, if something is coming up like a birthday, you are searching to find a rare pearl that will make their eyes shine once more. But this card also tells us, it wants us to make aware what you already know, that love cannot be bought. So rather than shopping around in malls how to please your loved ones, here we are asked to simply give them, here you're asked to give them the most precious gift of all, and also the most expensive gift. And this expensive gift, it relates actually to the first card. We need to give them our time, because time is very valuable in our current society. Nobody has enough of it. And here we are asked to spend some quality time with our loved ones. Also, we are asked to spend some time in private with them. And we need to show interest here by valuing them your time and not about money. Remember, this card tells us also that the best memories that we carry with us are those related to stupid, funny anecdotes, activities that we did together with people that we love and like, and they don't come from objects, toys, or whatever here. These are the real things that have value in our life. So this card tells us to be gentle with yourself and see the positive impact that it will have on your life, not only on the financial side, but it will also deepen out the relationship that you have with the ones close to you. The last card that we are seeing here is the card of publicity. What does this card tell us? Well, it's possible that this group is sensitive for publicity. We are every day confronted with publicity, advertisements. It's everywhere. The bus is passing you, there's publicity. The taxi is passing you, there's publicity. We look around us, there's publicity. We on our phone, there is publicity. On the laptop, there's advertisement everywhere. And here, it's possible here that we are very sensitive for this bombardment of mercantile information here. Sometimes it's literally like a propaganda here, it's everywhere. And sometimes it's easily to be fooled, and we can no longer distinguish what is really essential for us, especially if you're very sensitive for this. Anyway, here, we are confronted here with a continuous pressure of marketing. So here we are urged to stop reading flyers, stop searching for certain gadgets, for the new pair of shoes. Here we are asked here to distance ourselves here. You could also, for instance, on your phone, you can use ad blockers, or on your laptop here. And we should also compare our situation of years ago. Of course, I'm aware that the laptops were not so active then, and the phone, the publicity on the phone. But anyway, we need to make a comparison here. Maybe the people that are around us were not so sensitive for us. Anyway, we are asked here to take a critical look here on our situation. And we are asked here to take distance from current trends. If you take your distance for a while here, you will see that you are able to see the world in a new light, and we should take distance here of publicity and make ourselves more immune to the publicity that is around us. So Pisces, this is all for the water group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short philosophical financial card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, check the other three that are immediately connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you have interests in work, business card readings, you can find those also on my channel. And of course, we do the spiritual philosophical card readings. They are actually good guides here also for your life, and you can find additional information there that might be valuable for you. Anyway, Pisces, I want to thank you for your time. And of course, thank you for subscribing, and we see each other next time. Bye-bye for now, Pisces. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the Air Group for your philosophical financial card reading for the month of March. As your first card here, we see this is about the irregularities in life. We need to prepare ourselves for if things would become less prosperous for us in life here. We are asked here to prepare ourselves for if the times would get less fortunate. Anyway, we know that no matter in what area of life we are, there are always financial rainy days, financial storms here. And also when it comes to money, it's a little bit unrealistic to think that we don't need to prepare ourselves for the irregularities of life. And this is the card of the big questions. It asks you, do you have a rescue plan? Do you have a safety cushion? This card wants you to realize that you need to make some appropriate arrangements for the unforeseen, for the unpredictable. We never know what will happen, when it will happen. But here this card asks us, are you ready to face certain financial turmoils? Are you ready for certain financial disruptions? Did you prepare for that? How did you prepare? Here, sometimes also it's about insurances. Are your insurances covering your life enough and the ones around you? Is your income stable? Sometimes also it's from the things that we daily use. It's about our car. Is your car still stable? Is it well maintained? Can it go on for a few years here? Sometimes it's also about our home. Maybe we have some expenses on the home to come. Maybe something need to be changed in our house here. Maybe we are about to expect some changes in our house. Maybe some plumbing, maybe the roof. It could be things like that here that we are confronted here. Anyway, we are asked here, do you have a little bit of savings or do you spend everything? Also, it's about pay cuts. let's assume there is a pay cut. Do you have a backup plan for this pay cut? Anyway, we are asked here to reflect over all these things that we cannot foresee. So here we are asked to act in control and see that we are safe for the unforeseen. The next card, sorry, that we are having here is the value of the small amounts of money. Sometimes we are this card means that maybe we pay little attention to small amounts of money that we are spending here. We spend a little bit there. We don't pay attention to coins. If we spend coins, we just take them out of our pocket and we don't pay attention. Sometimes the same happens with small bills, or even with the credit card. We don't pay attention if it's really a small amount of money. But sometimes all these small amounts in 1 month, it can have a big impact on our finances here, especially on the long run. If you calculate everything and you see this on year basis, you would be surprised what kind of amount you arrive in, even if these expenses are always very small. So here we are asked to think about it. And you are asked here to give it your sincere attention, give it a critical look. And if you pay something that is smaller, you should focus on it here. This is what this card tells us. Also, we should stay away from advertisement, especially discounts also. Sometimes also this points that we need to put back the value of our money where it is. If we don't have a clear view, sometimes we consume more. And we are blinded here sometimes with this card regarding financials. This is what we are seeing here. Remember, this card tells us it takes a lot of coins or small bills to create 100 that forges then into thousands. So with this card, each coin is of great importance here for your own security. So next time, if you visit a store, rate what you have bought, look at the articles and ask yourself what you really need about the necessities here. And sometimes there are things that we are about to buy in the store that we don't actually need. So here we are asked to give the value back to the small amounts of money that we are spending. Give it back its moment of glory. In doing so, you will reach or you will amount here accumulate certain amounts of money that might be important to you for the future here. We have 2 times the pig here. The next card that we are seeing here is the card of love. It means that we are very close to the people that we love, the ones around us. We love our partner, our children, our friends, our family here. And probably this card tells us that you want to show your affection by spoiling them. Spoiling them is nice, but probably there's a present here, an amount of money there, a dinner out, this is all about maybe for expressing your feelings of love towards them, and you give them gifts, no matter what these gifts are. Anyway, also if something is coming up like a birthday or something important, year by year we are searching to find the rare pearl that will make their eyes shine once more. But this card also tells you what you already know, that love cannot be bought. So this card asks you, rather than shopping around in a mall for pleasing your loved ones, we are asked here to give them the most precious gift of all. And this relates to the first card. We are asked to give them the most expensive gifts, and that is our time. Nobody in the current society has any more time. And here we are asked to show our interest by valuing them with our time and not with money. We all know that the best memories that we carry with us are those related to funny anecdotes, to certain conditions that we had with our loved ones that were funny activities that we did together, and it is not related to object or toys or presents. So here this card asks you to be gentle with yourself and see the positive impact that will come from it. Not only it will improve your finances, but also the most important, it will deepen out the relationship that you have with those around you. So Pisces, this is all for the air group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. If you have interest in work, business card readings, you can check those also. They are also available with the classic Lenormand card readings. And of course, we do the philosophical spiritual card readings, who are very good guides and give very good answers for maybe additional to this and to your life. Anyway, you just check it out on the channel. I thank you for doing so. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. And I thank you for doing so. See you next time. Pisces. Bye-bye for now. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for your philosophical financial card reading. As your first card here, we see the card of youth. What does this card tells us? Well, this card is about that boys will be boys and girls just want to have fun. You know the dictions. Anyway, you probably yourself have justified it to justify some financial recklessness in the past, but it might have cost you something, because else this card would not be here. Maybe you suffer from certain impacts of your birth. Maybe you're very sensitive for buying electronic gadgets, maybe another pair of shoes here. This card tells us, regardless of a person's age, cash management and optimization, it requires a certain form of maturity. This awareness is accentuated, and it's perfect as we grow older here. It's the normal circle of life. However, we also know that people who are able to quickly control consumption habits, they come out strongly favored compared to their peers. So here we are asked to reflect over our situations and compare ourselves. This card asks us, are you already mature, or do you still have spendthrift, or are you already wise? Remember, this card tells us we are never too young to be financially mature, and here we are asked to control our spendthrift. Remember, we are never to be financially mature and never too old to change financial behaviors. If you have the advantage here of youth, and at the same time you're financially mature, this card tells us that your efforts will soon be rewarded. If you have the assets of being older and wiser and experienced, use those abilities in your advantage. Enjoy life's gifts with moderation here. The word is here, moderation here, and your rewards will follow also soon. This is about making the balance. This is about, this next card that we are seeing here is about charity. It probably means that you're kind to others, that you spend a lot on others. You probably take pleasure in spoiling your loved ones here. But here we are asked, was the last gadget or the last thing that you bought for your loved one, was this toy or this gadget really necessary? Was this gift really necessary? Will your nephews, for example, love you less if you don't pamper them so much? This has an impact here, these purchases, this card tells us, on our daily life, and it has an impact on our budget. Well-ordered charity, it starts by itself. This is a well-known proverb, but it also, this card tells us an important lesson when it comes to spending money. If our generosity and our kind-heartedness, it leads to problems here and it contributes to your financial distress, of course, it has no place in our life. So before we give to others, we are asked here to secure our own future. We are asked here to build up a safety cushion. So we are asked here to stimulate our own future rather than squandering surpluses for loved ones. And in an indirect way, our loved ones will benefit also from it if we are careful with our money. So here we are asked here to financially educate ourselves. Here, that's the next card, but also to remove the essential from the unnecessary. So if you do so, you will be able to establish a certain wallet that still will allow you to be generous, but at the right time and at the right moment. The next card that we are seeing here is financial lessons. So it means that we need to educate ourselves more about money, but not only ourselves, this is also about our children. Probably also, this is a card about cash management. We need to learn to manage the money, especially for the housekeeping. Also, probably where you live, the money don't fall from the trees here. Sometimes this card asks us, do you ever talk to your children about money? You can easily see if your children are well financially educated. For instance, for making an example, you're in the mall and they come up with some toy or whatever to you, and they ask you, Mom, Dad, is this okay? And you say, no, it cannot be now. And then you get an answer, well, why not? Because your wallet is full of credit cards. Why we cannot? And this is what this card is about. Here we are asked here to educate our children more, because this card tells us it's a utopia that they would manage well in a hyper-consuming world. If you never talk to them about money, you cannot turn them into knowledgeable consumers. So here this card urges us to talk to our children about money. If there are certain taboos, break the taboos, inform them, make them aware of healthy practices, by teaching them the workings of a good foundation, you will greatly help them on the long run. So Pisces, this is all for the Stone Group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, check out the other three that are immediately connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you are interested in work business card readings, you can find these also on my channel with the classic Lenormand card readings. And we also have the spiritual card readings now. They are the spiritual philosophical card readings, and they are very good guides here, and they can give additional answers to the problems or certain things that you are facing in your life. Anyway, Pisces, I want to thank you for your time. And I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for doing so. See you next time, Pisces. Bye-bye for now. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your philosophical card reading for the month of March. As your first card here, we see the card of the circle of the cycle of life here. We know that each cycle of life is challenges. Some expenses are coming back. No matter in what stage of life we are, there are certain expenses also that we did not anticipate. For instance, if you are young parents, the young parents believe that after the period of childbirth and infancy, which is very hard, that they will be financially relieved. But of course, you will soon know this is just the beginning, because then they come in the next stage. Anyway, here we see that then they come in the teenage stage, and then you get confronted with their sports activities, clothes, you need to buy them. And these things cost in general much more than we have foreseen. Anyway, then we think, okay, maybe we're out now, but then they come in their late teens, in their early 20s, and it doesn't mean that the expenses are over, because you already know that university is waiting there, accommodations need to be paid here, and you will face these expenses. So any period in life, it has certain economic challenges. It's also the same in our house. If our house is new, we have no expenses. And as our house gets older, we are confronted with certain expenses. So sometimes it's the plumbing, sometimes it's the roof. Over the years, we get expenses. So it means we are in the cycle of life here, and we should not postpone here, try to have savings, because this is the card of savings. So it means these are regular expenses, they come back here, and it's not the end here. Here we need to realize that every step of life, it has certain hurdles. So if you want more financial stability, this card tells us here, we should be careful and take more control over our money and make more savings. The next card that we are seeing here is the card of our heritage. Maybe you are expecting a certain pay raise. Maybe you are expecting certain amounts of money that are about to come here. Sometimes this is about money that we are about to receive. Sometimes it's an inheritance. Sometimes it's a pay increase, but mostly it's gifts. But this card tells us, be careful with inheritance and money that you are awaiting, because you don't know till it's actually there. Especially if this relates to inheritance here, it's very dangerous and also a little bit utopian to rely on this money completely for your old age. And also we need to add, unless they are already unfit, we have never read their will. And we are not sure that we are their sole heir. It's possible they prefer your sister, your brother, or whatever relative here. And we are not sure actually till their last breath here. So don't make mistake. This card tells us here also, firstly, life expectancy, it has exploded over the last decades, and our parents will most likely live much longer than their ancestors. And as they get older, they may gradually need these savings to pay for certain services related to their survival conditions and to their age. And of course, we cannot blame them. We cannot say nothing. They work for this money. Secondly, each individual has the right to pay certain changes in their testamentary dispositions at any time. And we never know that our mother or our father, they will not succumb to the young Venus living next door, or Cupid they met on the internet. So, and they will not favor this person at the expense of the descendants. So here, if we are about to receive some money, it can be a part of a plan for your investments, but nonetheless, you should be very careful with this card tells us. Anyway, this card tells us to plan investments independently and you will come out as a winner. The next card that we are seeing here is the card of our monthly payments. We are all confronted with it. These are small bills like telephone, internet, insurances, magazine subscriptions here. These are recurrent, systematic, and no one of us pays much attention to them. But here, this card tells us that a large proportion of people, they don't even notice when there are increases in these payments, not even if these increases are very big. So this card asks you, did you notice that these invoices have been changed? Probably they are, because else this card would not be here. Mostly if we sign in, for instance, I'm giving an example here for internet, for a certain promo, this is a time expired offer. And these companies, after this period is expired, they don't need to inform you. They have the right to immediately adjust you in the regular system, meaning you will pay more. But you here are the informed customers. So here you are supposed to know the law. In most countries, it's like this. So it means they don't need to tell you nothing and they just adjust it. So pay special attention here to time limited discounts and keep track of expiration days of promotions here. If they have changed, you can call back, for instance, your internet company and go back and ask for getting back in your old system or see or look out for certain new discounts. Also, this is about insurances. Maybe it's a long time that you double checked your insurance portfolio. Maybe there's some things, some laws are changed here or some things are changed regarding the insurances. So double check here and take, if you know nothing about insurances, take the advice of a broker and see if everything is still correct here. But sometimes it's also about expenses on bank accounts. We all know that the times are changing and we have monthly expenses on our bank accounts. We withdraw money. So every time we pay, we have payments, we pay for that. So here we are asked to check our expenses on the bank. And if you see, or if you're tired that your bank is overcharging you, maybe you should find an alternative. A lot of people already go with their bank that they are used to and they go in internet payments. But this card tells you sometimes it's wise to go in 100% internet banking. I know what you're thinking and you say, yeah, but is this whole thing, this internet banking, this virtual thing, is this safe? Well, if you do some research, you will quickly find out how these banks are connected. And some of them might be directly connected to your own bank, but they operate under a different name. Why are they so cheap? Well, it's very simple. They have no physical location, they have no staff. So it means they have very few expenses. So here, if you see that your bank is overcharging you, you could consider here for going for internet banking. It's just an example here, but this is what this card is about here. It means that each small amount of money that you monthly save, it will make a big difference on the long run here. This is what we are seeing here. If you accumulate everything what I just told you here, you will see that it leads to a big amount of money. So here you could, it's better that you save this money for a rainy day and for yourself, that you then you give it to your bank and that they open a new location. It's better that you build a new porch in your house than the bank opens a new branch. So this is what this card is about. You need to take care of yourself and your own improvements. So Pisces, this is all for the fire group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short financial card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other three that are immediately connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you have interest in the classic Lenormand card readings, they are about they're about our work and our financial situation also, but it's more about work, career that we see there. And we do also spiritual card readings. You can check those also. They are spiritual, philosophical card readings, and they are very good guides also in your life. And sometimes they can provide additional information in your life. Anyway, Pisces, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. And of course, thank you for subscribing. See you next time, Pisces. Bye-bye for now.